So how do you come up with a cool name for your YouTube channel? In this video, we'll be covering some of the best tools, tips, and some of the biggest mistakes that I see people making on YouTube so you can come up with an awesome name for your YouTube channel. My name's Matt Parr, I run 9 different YouTube channels, and there's so many times when I'm starting a new YouTube channel, I have no idea what to name the channel, and I think this is an issue that a lot of people come across, and if you're watching this video, most likely, you've run into this issue as well, and you're wondering how can you come up with a good name for your YouTube channel. I really wish that I knew some of this information that I'm going to be sharing with you today back a couple years ago when I started YouTube, but I use this information now for every single new YouTube channel that I start, and I really hope that this information helps you a ton with your YouTube journey. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when I come out with regular videos helping you succeed with YouTube. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So this video that you're watching right now on how to come up with a name for your YouTube channel, I've broken down into a system with 3 parts. 1, how to come up with a name for your channel. 2, the best tools that are going to help you. And 3, some of the biggest mistakes to avoid when coming up with a name for your YouTube channel. So let's get straight into part 1 where I'm going to go over how you can come up with a name for your YouTube channel. So the first method is to simply use your first and last name. Now this works if you're running a personal brand channel, but don't worry, I'm going to cover how you can come up with names if you're running an actual brand channel as well, or a channel where you don't show your face. And I actually run 9 different YouTube channels, and on 8 of my different channels that I run, I actually don't even show my face. So don't worry, I'm going to cover that as well. But if you're running a personal brand channel, the easiest method is to simply use your first and last name. Think of people like Grant Cardone or Gary V or Lewis Howes. These are all great examples of people running personal brands where they simply use their name as their name on YouTube. So let's go over some of the pros of just using your real name. The first pro is that you're building real estate around your name. So if you ever happen to change niches in the future, you'll be good because you've built a brand around your name. And the second pro is that you're not limited to any one type of content forever. Now let's talk about some of the cons of using your actual name. The first con is that if you use your actual name as your YouTube channel name, people might not know what your channel is about. And the more niche down that you are on YouTube, and the better that you can convey to people what exactly your channel is about directly in your channel name, the better you're going to be on YouTube. And if you use your actual name, people upon first glance won't necessarily know what your channel is about. And the second con is that you might not have the most memorable name in the world. For example, if you have a super long name that's really hard to remember, or if you have the same name as someone already famous on YouTube, it could be difficult to start to build a brand around that name if there's someone already with that name. So now let's talk about the second option of using a brand name. Now, like I said, this is if you're running a YouTube channel where you don't show your face, or maybe you do show your face, but you want to make your channel a brand. And some of the pros of using a brand name are that you can make it as memorable as you want, you're not as limited when it comes to actually choosing a name, and you can actually include what your channel is about directly in the name of your channel. Some examples of brand names include Epic Mealtime, which makes mealtime videos, but you have that epic part in there as well, and is shown directly in the name of the channel. Another channel is called Animal Facts, and it tells you exactly what the channel is about directly in the channel's name. And then you have the channel Top 15s, which covers top 15 lists, and you kind of know exactly what the channel is about just by looking at the name. And then you have the channel Brainy Dose, which makes psychology videos, and you might not exactly know what the channel is about looking at the name at first glance, but it's a very memorable name in that they make psychology videos and videos about the brain, and they have that brainy dose directly within the channel name. And then you have Quantum Tech HD, which is a tech channel, and they include that quantum, which is a very memorable word, and then the word tech, and then HD. So very memorable channel name there as well. And a quick tip when it comes to choosing a channel name is that alliteration is a very good thing to include when you're coming up with names. Now this channel that you're actually watching right now is called Make Money Matt, and this is a great example of using alliteration and something easy to remember. Now my real name's Matt Parr, but it's much easier for people to remember Make Money Matt because of alliteration and using that same M sound at the beginning of every word in my channel name. Now another example could be if you're running a tech channel, you could do something like Tech Titans, something like that. Just think about how you can make it memorable and how you can make it sticky, and alliteration is an amazing way of doing this. Another great example of a big channel that uses alliteration in their name to make their name easier to remember is the channel Charisma on Command. And they talk about mindset videos, how to improve yourself and stuff like that. And it's a very easy name to remember due to the fact that they have those 2 C's at the beginning of each word in their channel. Charisma on command. And I personally think it's a great name. Alright, so now you made it to part 2 of this video where I'm going to be going over some of the best tools to help you with choosing a YouTube channel name. Now before we get into this, make sure to leave a like on the video if you haven't already. And now let's get into part 2. So all the tools that we're going to be talking about are completely free, meaning you don't have to pay any money for any of this stuff. And now let's get straight into the actual tools that you can use to help you generate a name for your channel. And the first tool that we're going to be taking a look at is a tool called the Shopify Business Name Generator. So if you go to shopify.com/tools/business-name-generator, you'll come to a website that looks like this. And this is provided by Shopify, but we can actually use this to generate names for our YouTube channel because it helps you come up with a lot of amazing ideas. So as you can see, you can simply enter a word that you want your business name to include. So let's say, for example, you were running a tech channel. So you simply put tech in right there, and then you click this button right here that says generate names. And it's going to generate a ton of names for you. In fact, 100 different names that you could potentially use for your YouTube channel. And you can just go through these names right here. Like as you can see, TechMate, Tech Skill, Tech Country, Unison Tech, Adventure Tech, Tech Rockstar, Hover Tech, Tech Guide, Tech Fanatic. And like I said, alliteration is always good to include in your YouTube channel names as well. So going through here, you can just keep that in mind as well. And here's a good example of that right here, True Tech. And that's a good one because it contains 2 of those T sounds. And you just want to really make it as memorable and as sticky as you possibly can. And a great way of doing that is going through this list right here of these names that are generated by the Shopify Business Name Generator, and then making a list, writing down some of the names that you like the best, and then sleeping on that list, and then seeing which names that you remember the most. And the ones that you remember the most, other people are likely to remember the most as well. And try to remember these names before looking at that sheet. So write down all your name ideas and try your best to remember all of them. Obviously, you won't be able to remember all of them. And then go to sleep, get up the next day, and then try to remember as many of the names as you can. And the names that you do remember, most likely they're the most memorable names that were on that list. And they're the most sticky names that your future subscribers and future people who watch your channel will also remember as well. All right, now the second tool that we're going to be going over is a website called instantdomainsearch.com. Now, this website is meant for generating domain names, but you can also use this for generating names for your YouTube channel. So if we go to this website, instantdomainsearch.com right here, as you can see, you can simply put in any name ideas that you have. So for example, let's say our channel is about tech. So if we put tech in right here, and then we go over right here and we click generator, this is going to show you a bunch of generated domain names that you can use. And it can be a good idea to actually get a domain name for your YouTube channel as well, but it's not at all necessary or mandatory or essential. But if we go through right here, these can actually give you a lot of good ideas as well. If we just go through here, Tech Boutique, Smooth Tech, Tech for You, Tech Cafe, Space Tech, and this will just generate a bunch of different domain name ideas that you can also use for your YouTube channel. And plus, you have the added bonus of maybe even being able to purchase that domain name if it's available, and then using that in congruence with your YouTube channel. Alright, so you made it to part 3 of this video where I'm going to go over some of the biggest mistakes that people make when naming their YouTube channel. Mistake number 1 is not checking YouTube to see if there's already a big YouTube channel with the name that you're thinking about. So if you go in, you use some of these tools like Instant Domain Search or the Shopify Business Name Generator, and you come up with some ideas, before you start your channel, I highly recommend going into YouTube and at least searching your channel. And the reason we do this isn't just for copyright, but the fact that it would be a lot more difficult to rank your channel if there's already a slew of videos posted by a channel with the same exact name. It'd be harder to rank for that name, and then when people search up your name, they would see the already popular YouTube channel. And the same goes for personal brands too, and I know you can't help if you have the same exact name of someone who's already famous on YouTube, but you can think about how you can spin your name maybe to be more memorable. For example, instead of just using your name, you could do something like I did with this channel and do Make Money Matt. Or if your name is Tyler and there's someone already famous on YouTube named Tyler, you could tailor it to the niche that you're doing. So for example, you could do Tyler's Tech, or you could do Tyler's Top 10s. Mistake number 2 is not checking to see if your name is available on social media. Now this is by no means necessary, but it's something nice to have in congruence with your YouTube channel. Having an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and other names like that it's always nice to check if those names are available beforehand before you actually start your YouTube channel, and it can just be another nice thing to have to grow your audience on multiple platforms. It's also nice if you're trying to sell products and establish a brand outside of YouTube as well. Now you're probably asking, do I actually have to go in and search all of these different social networks individually? Do I have to go into Instagram and then go into Facebook and look up to see if my name's available? And you don't actually have to do this because there's a completely free tool and website called Name Check. And if you go to this website right here, and it's actually namechk.com. If you go to this website right here, you can actually search on all of the different platforms at once. So for example, if we wanted to do Tyler's Tech right here, and then we searched it right here on this website, as you can see, it'll show you which platforms it is and isn't available on. So as you can see, this is already taken on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and all these different things, but then these lit up boxes shows you which ones are available. And then if we wanted to do Tyler's Tech Time, these should all be available right here if we search this. And as you can see, when we search Tyler's Tech Time, this is available on Facebook, YouTube, but it is taken on Twitter and Instagram. But you can go in on this website, Name Check, and again, it's spelled namechk.com, and you can plug in all of your different name ideas before you actually choose a solid name for your channel. Mistake number 3 is having a hard to spell name. So make sure that your name is as easy to remember as possible. And this helps a lot with word of mouth for your YouTube channel, or if someone's watching your YouTube channel and they look at your channel name but they don't happen to subscribe, but then they think of your channel and they want to watch another video from you. If you had a really hard to remember or hard to spell name, it's very unlikely that they're going to remember that name or type it in correctly if it's hard to spell, and then you could be losing out on a potential future subscriber and someone who would potentially watch a bunch of your videos in the future. And a great example of this is the entrepreneur Gary Vaynerchuk, who has a very hard to spell last name, so he's shortened his name on social media and on YouTube to just Gary V. It's a lot easier to remember. And mistake number 4 is not having a corresponding domain name. Now, having a domain for your YouTube channel is not at all necessary, but it can be something that's very nice to have. And if your YouTube channel blows up in the future and you really want to make a brand with your YouTube channel, you could regret not buying a domain for your YouTube channel when you were starting it. So I always like to at least try to have a domain that matches my YouTube channel as much as possible. And if the .com is taken, you can always look for getting a .net or something along those lines as well. And you can always just redirect your domain name to your YouTube channel. So for example, if your YouTube channel is called Tech Titans and you get the domain name techtitans.com, when people click that domain, you can have them automatically forwarded to your YouTube channel, so you don't actually have to have a website or anything like that if you don't want. And like I mentioned earlier, instantdomainsearch.com is a great tool for checking to see if domain names are available. So I hope this video helps you a ton with coming up with a name for your YouTube channel. Now check out the completely free training that you can attend at the link in the description, where I'm going to show you how I make a full-time income on YouTube without ever showing my face. Check it out at the link in the description, where you can attend that completely free training. So now that you know how to come up with a YouTube channel name, this video is going to show you how to actually get a ton of views and subscribers and absolutely blow up your YouTube channel. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you next time.